Welcome everyone to this week's fishing report from Boss Outdoor Canberra.
Welcome everyone. We're out here at Googong Dam today. It's a nice overcast day, barely a breath of wind. So we've been on the water for a couple of hours. Not much action at the moment, but you don't expect a lot of action when you're doing this sort of fishing, especially into winter. I'm out here throwing some really big oversized flies, some game changers. So this thing's nearly 10 inches long. I'm throwing some even bigger ones up to sort of 12 inches. Big profile. That's sort of what the cod are looking for this time of year. Those larger cod will stay relatively active, whereas the small ones, they completely shut down. So it's definitely a case of quality over quantity this time of year, but you've certainly got to put in the hard work, throwing the big lures, throwing the big flies. If you do get one, it's typically going to be a good one. So yep, just a good option through winter, especially a day like today. It's beautiful. You do need some pretty specialised gear to be casting these sort of things. I'm here using a TFO BC Big Fly. This is a 12 weight. You can probably get away with a 10 weight for those smaller flies up to 7-8 inches. These 10-12 inch flies though, you definitely want a 12 weight. I'm throwing an Airflow Depth Finder big game. This is a 700 grain, which I've cut down to about 600. Just helps turn over that fly a bit more aggressively. And even though it's a fast sink, because that fly is so bulky, it actually controls the sink rate a lot better, and you get that natural action of the fly. Typically based on what a lot of the guys in the US throw for muskie, so I've sort of just adapted it to our conditions here in Australia. Chasing cod works quite well. So I guess the only problem is fishing these sort of flies or lures, you are targeting cod. You're targeting big cod, you're probably not going to get much of a bycatch. Although in saying that, I've had a couple of big goldens come up and try to have a crack at this thing. I don't know what the hell they're thinking, but it just shows they're still fairly aggressive. So you can always downsize and target some goldens if you want, but I think if you're looking for that trophy cod, you want to be throwing the big stuff, and you're probably going to sacrifice a few smaller fish by doing that. But yeah, if you want the rewards, you've got to go big. So we've had some pretty good reports elsewhere. The Snowy Mountains have definitely picked up. That lake fishing is firing at the moment, especially around Eucumbene and Jindabyne. Good polaroiding opportunities at Jindabyne. A couple of our staff have been up there getting into a few. Jindabyne tends to be a bit better for polaroiding as it's got that sandy bottom and you can pick up those fish a lot easier. But Eucumbene's producing shore-based and out of the boat around that middling bank area. There's pretty good weed beds up to Buckandera as well, heading up to Wainui, another good area worth looking at. But yeah, plenty of good browns. Heaps of fish back from the spawn already, so some are a little bit slabby, but there's some pretty chunky models around still feeding on yabbies. So in terms of fly or lure selection this time of year, you're pretty well fishing streamers this time of year. So gold humungus, red and black woolly buggers, fluoro orange bead woolly buggers all work pretty well. Anything with a bit of bright colour in it. Your classic sort of Rapala spotted dogs work a treat as well, especially for those post-spawn fish. And if you're shore-based, I'll be fishing things like metal spoons, things that you can just cover a lot of water with. Fish tend not to be too fussy this time of year. They're just looking for a feed, looking to put a bit of condition back on, so you don't have to match the hatch as such. Just get in the ballpark and get lure or fly in front of them, and they'll typically eat it. Covering water is definitely key though, so that the more water you can cover, the better chance you're going to have coming across a fish. Those south coast rock ledges still continue to produce, even though we're well into winter now. It's just crazy to think that they're still getting longtail down there. So our store manager, Tom Baxter, he's been down there, got himself an absolutely cracking kingfish, so head over to Tom and have a look at this cracker.
So I've come down to try and get a longtail on 6. That was the best I could manage. Should have got some video while he was still kicking. 17 kilo on 6. Beautiful fish. Took a fair while, a lot of free spawning. We got it done.
So yeah, what a beast. As you can see, those sort of fish don't come around too often. He certainly put the hours in trying to get that one, especially on 6 kilo gear. Like, It's a very well-deserved fish, that one. Lucky to even land that fish in 6 kilo gear. Those fish normally just destroy you on light gear, so it's done quite well, especially land-based. Can't exactly chase them with the boat, so yeah, had to put it into freeze pull a few times. Looked in a bit of trouble at times there, but certainly come home with the goods. So even though it is winter, there's still plenty of options for those keen to get out. Like days like today, where else would you want to be? Even though the fishing is slow, it's still quite enjoyable being out in the water. And look, the rewards are there. You put in enough hours, you're likely to come across a fish, and typically a good one too. So look, I've had a couple of donuts last couple of trips, but look, that's expected, especially the things I'm throwing. Couple of follows, but eventually one of those will convert into an eat and it'll make it all the worthwhile. So that's it, pretty brief one this time of year. So if there's anything we can help you with, fishing, outdoors related, come into Boss Outdoor and we can hook you up.
Yes, I live on